At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years and #2 among public universities for employability, ASU isn't just ahead of the curve. It's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Unlock your dream property with Meeks Realty Group, where Rich the Realtor makes real estate dreams a reality. Whether it's residential or commercial, we've got Charleston to Huntington covered. Your key to exceptional real estate experiences start here. Meeks Realty Group. Contact us at meeks.us.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey, folks, say good Friday morning to you. It's West Virginia Day. Welcome to the show. Matt Guitar Murphy, our producer today. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Vitaylor, text 304-935-5008. We're in the Jarrett Construction Studios, right on time, right on budget. Visit jarrett-construction.com. Phone calls to the show. A service of Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, Spring Street, Charleston. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony Vitaylor, on Virginia Street. Tony's summer hours, Mondays 11 to 3, Tuesday through Friday 10 to 5:30, and Saturdays by appointment only. Check out bestmastertaylor.com or Tony's Facebook page if you would like more information. Loaded up show this morning. Jim Strawn's going to join us a little bit later on. There's no live on the levee tonight, but Jimbo does have some other things going on. There's a ton of stuff going on in the Kanawha Valley this weekend. We got Rolls on the River, which is happening tonight, but Jim's got some stuff on his plate for next week, and we'll talk to Jim about that. Coming up tonight, a lot of us here in Radio Land are going to be over at Fife Street Brewery because we are going to launch Animal Ale, Steve Animal's brand new beer. He's actually got a beer named after him. He's finally arrived. So Steve's going to stop by the studio a little bit later on. We're going to bring in Alexandria Pfost on the show today. She's with Gritt's Farms, and they got some big stuff going on. And, of course, always time for your calls and text. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Vitaylor, text 304-935-5008. But as we do every Friday, let's welcome in our good friend Angie Gillenwater from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association with this week's Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. Angie, a good morning to you and happy West Virginia Day.
Good morning and happy West Virginia Day. We're excited for it here at the shelter.
So what, you guys do anything special for West Virginia Day up at the shelter?
We are indeed. So everybody in the building is just $20 to adopt all weekend.
Everybody in the building?
Yeah. Well, yeah. All animals.
Oh, animals.
All
okay,
animals,
I was going to say because
$20.
I think what you just described was a vice crime there. So I just want to make sure that it's the animals are $20. So you're doing that for West Virginia Day. I think that's really cool. As always, our Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week's picture posted over on Dave Allen Radio on Facebook and at Dave A70 on X. We got speaking of West Virginia Day, you told me last night, in conjunction with that, you got a great West Virginia brown dog today by the name of Lavender Brown. Tell us about Lavender Brown.
So Lavender Brown actually caught my eye at the shelter because when she goes out to play in the mornings, she sits on a trampoline. She does no playing. She sunbathes, and she simply waits to go back inside.
That sounds like my spirit animal, no pun intended, right there.
Correct. I literally, I just love her. She's what you see is what you get with Lavender. She gets along great with all other dogs and every person she's ever met. Cats, I'm sure, would be fine if you take it slow, but she just literally could not give a hoot.
Love it. I love this dog already. And how old approximately?
So she's probably anywhere between 9-10 months old to a year and a half. She's still pretty young, but she's not quite a senior yet.
Right. And we called her a West Virginia brown dog, but are there other characteristics, maybe other breeds in there, or what? Or do we know?
So the crew that she came in with, she actually came in with a group of 9, I think, from the South Charleston area, and they all had like a hound look about them. There were some that were black and white with floppy ears. There were some that were brown with really long floppy ears. So I would say there's probably hound in her family tree somewhere, but she is a textbook definition of a West Virginia brown dog.
I love her. And is she already ready to go out the door as far as the shots and the vaxxed and the whole thing and the spayed?
So she's up to date on her vaccine. She hasn't been spayed yet, but once she's adopted, she will be spayed. If you want, she's a great candidate for a doggy day out program. So you could check her out for the day while you're waiting on her to be spayed. So if you do choose to adopt her. Even if you don't choose to adopt her, you can come and borrow her from the shelter for a little bit, hang out with her, and bring her back when you're done.
I mean, she's from what you told me about her disposition, Angie, I think that she would be great if you wanted to pick her up, take her, on the boulevard for a walk, take her to a dog park, one of the other parks in the area. It sounds like that she'd be an ideal dog for that because if you got other dogs, she gets along with other dogs. And you said you don't know about cats, but you don't think cats would probably more than likely be a problem. And she loves kids too.
Yep, she loves everybody, what we consider like a golden ticket dog.
Oh, yeah.
And she also seems like the type, if you wanted to take her, like maybe down Capitol Street, get an ice cream at Ellen's, I think she would sit there right beside you and bask in the sunlight.
Well, and probably lapping your ice cream, too, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Sure.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Let's talk about kittens for a moment. You got a lot.
Oh, we have so many kittens.
To what do you attribute that to? Did you just have a lot of people bringing them in or what?
So it's what we call kitten season, where cats are just repopulating a lot in the summertime months. We've had a lot of kittens come in sick or injured, and obviously we're not going to turn the most vulnerable ones that need us away. So we've just taken in a lot of sick, vulnerable kittens that, maybe they didn't have a mom, or maybe they do have a mom and they just need some antibiotics, XYZ. But the other day, somebody actually dropped a crate of 17 kittens by our dumpster, so that shot our numbers up way high. And all of those kittens were very sick. We're happy to help them,
right? And
we're glad it was during business hours, so that way I was actually the one that stumbled upon them. So we're glad that we found them and they didn't have to sit in the elements for an extended period of time.
Right.
But that definitely shot our numbers up as well.
And and I was looking at the pictures last night on your Facebook page. You got a lot of beautiful kittens out there. So if you're in the market for a kitten, this would be a great time. And I mean, all colors, all breeds, you got them all up there, Angie.
Yes, we have so many to choose from, and we actually we're so full. We have cats at all of our off-site locations, which would be the Southridge Petco, St. Albans Pet Supplies Plus, and Cups and Cats Cafe downtown. So if you can't get to the shelter, don't worry, you can still adopt one of our cats.
You got anything, you guys out and about anywhere this weekend, doing anything?
We're actually going to head to Taze Valley Petco tomorrow between 12 and 3 or 4-ish and do an adoption event. So if you're in the Taze Valley area, say hi to us.
Are you going to be there tomorrow? Will you be over there?
Oh, I will certainly be there.
Well, I tell you, that's my neighborhood. So what's the hours again?
12 to like 3 or 4.
All right. Well, expect an appearance by me tomorrow. I'll be there.
Sounds great.
I'll stop by. All right. What about the overall numbers at the shelter? Still at critical capacity?
Yep. Like I said, no matter what we do, we can't get under 500 animals in our care. So we're still trying our best. But right now, I think our most critical area is our cats and our adult dogs.
And you even got a hamster, right?
Yes, he actually got adopted.
Oh, okay.
Peanut.
Okay.
But we did have a hamster. He actually got adopted the same day he came in. So.
Okay. Do you get a lot of, because I know in the past we've talked about different animals. You had pigs and so on and so forth. Do you get a lot of non-traditional animals, non-dogs, non-cats?
So we do get a lot of calls asking if we can help with those animals. We try to point them in different directions just because our shelter isn't quite set up to meet all the needs of different critters, as I say.
Right.
To provide them with the best care, we try to, send those guys elsewhere for help. But if we absolutely have to, we will take them in and, network with our rescue partners to get them to like the utmost care. So Little Peanut is one that, we had no other choice but to take.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he got adopted. I'm glad he got adopted. We had a text to the show here before we let you go, and this is a very good point. I was going to bring this up with you anyway, Angie, that says, with the devastating temperatures coming, please don't forget about your pet's paws on pavement and keeping cold water out. The pavement for humans, you wouldn't want to go lie down on it. I mean, it's about 30 to 40 degrees hotter, if not more, than what the air temperature is. That under the little pads on dogs and cats, or dogs specifically, is probably not good. So people need to remember that.
Yes, absolutely. Keeping cold, fresh water available, shade available, and limiting your pet's time outside, as well as, on concrete and asphalt. Please make sure that you're limiting that in order to keep your pets safe from burns, but also from possible heat stroke, which is a very scary thing to deal with.
Animals can have heat strokes. They think about that only in humans, but it is very possible, and it's very common that animals have heat strokes.
Absolutely, and we've seen it at the shelter, and we have, had to help animals with that. So please just keep that in mind with the upcoming temperatures. Early morning walks, late evening walks, and, very short bursts outside during the day if you have to.
All right. Angie, it sounds like I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow. So, that's in my neighborhood. I got a lot going on tomorrow. I've got to be at the ballpark tomorrow night, and I got Foam at the Dome, but you're in my neighborhood. I got to at least come over and say hi. So I'll stop by and see you at the Tays Valley Petco tomorrow.
I appreciate that. I look forward to it.
All right, Angie Gillenwater. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
It is 9:18. Again, Lavender Brown is our dog this week in honor of West Virginia Day, a West Virginia brown dog. You got to love that. Lavender Brown is, I don't know if she prefers to be called Miss Brown or Miss Lavender or like a full name, but Lavender Brown is her name, and loves other dogs, loves kids, probably okay with cats, very laid back. The golden ticket dog is the way that Angie referred to Miss Lavender Brown, and she's not spayed yet, but she will be before she goes out the door. And if you want to see Lavender Brown's picture, it's posted on my social media. It's Dave Allen Radio and at DaveA70 on X. That is this week's Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Vitaylor text 304-935-5008. We're going to take a break. Steve Animal's going to stop by the studio. We're launching Animal Ale over at Fife Street this evening. He'll talk about that. Plus Jim Strawn is here, and we're going to go to Gritt's Farm when we come back right after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you a physical therapy assistant and looking for an opportunity in orthopedics, wellness, and athletic care? If so, Generations Physical Therapy is offering flexible work hours and an upbeat atmosphere. With 7 convenient locations, Generations may have a job designed for you. Visit generationspt.com.
I'm Doug Leach, founder and CEO of Ascension Recovery Services. We've done a number of projects with Jarrett Construction. Finding people that really care about what they do and care about what we do is pretty unique. In Jarrett Construction, they care. They're really, really good people. Good people do the right thing, and they're very skilled. They have all the qualities that make up just a perfect construction partner, and they just built us a phenomenal building.
Right on time, right on budget. Call on Jarrett Construction.
Foundation issues? Wet basement? Drainage problems? Contact Foster Foundation Repair. Locally owned and operated by a licensed professional engineer, Foster Foundation Repair provides rock-solid service with certified results. Contact us today for a free evaluation. Foster Foundation Repair. Rock-solid service. Certified results. FosterFoundationRepair.com. West Virginia Contractor License WV061105.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Welcome back to the show, 921. Matt Guitar Murphy, the producer today. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Taylor, text 304-935-500. Happy West Virginia Day. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Meeks Realty Group. Check out this great listing from Rich the Realtor, a great-looking 2-bedroom, 1.5-bath townhome right in the heart of Taze Valley. It's in a highly sought-after area with award-winning schools. It's got a great-looking kitchen, 2 big bedrooms, plenty of closet space, too. And again, it's conveniently located in Matt Guitar Murphy's favorite part of the world, Taze Valley, right between Charleston and Huntington. Contact my guy, Rich the Realtor, 304-932-7488, 304-932-7488. Jim Strawn's going to stop by the show a little bit later on. Steve Animal launching his own beer tonight at Fife Street, and the Mountain, of course, will be over there, and so Steve will stop by the studio as well. We got a lot of exciting stuff going on out at Gritt's Farm, and Alexandria Pfost is here to join us to talk about that. Alexandria, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing fine. What you got going on? And by the way, happy West Virginia Day.
Happy West Virginia Day to you. Yes, we're so excited to celebrate over here. We are gearing up for summer events, starting off with our Dinner on the Farm series happening next Friday. The kickoff day is June 28th, and we're super excited. Our in-house chef started the series back in 2016, so he's bringing it back this summer, and we're going to have a great 4-course meal next Friday.
All right, break it down. I want to hear about the food. Murphy and I want to hear about the food. What you got?
That's always the best part. So it's 4 courses, and we're starting off with pork gyoza. So it's just dumplings that are amazing. We actually tested them yesterday, and the guests are in for a treat. They're so good. We've got some yellowtail sushi, sashimi, miso black cod, and then something called a yuja tofu creme brulee, and it's going to be a really creamy, light but sweet dessert. So it's going to be the most unique series that we've ever done here on the farm. We're going to be presenting a different flavor of the world every month. So this month's theme is Asian fusion, and we're excited.
Asian fusion. I tell you, if my man Rich the Realtor is one of our sponsors here, he's all about the Asian, and I tell you what, he would absolutely love that. He would love that.
Awesome. Yeah. We're looking forward to it for sure. So tickets are on sale now. We still have some tables available online at gritsfarm.com. And then following that, we're going to be rolling into our annual Low Country Boil on July 12th, which is a little bit different. That's the whole crab legs, shrimp, and just that traditional low country food that we're looking at mixed in with some Gritt's Farm corn and produce. So that's always a good time. Tickets are on sale for that as well. And then there's a couple more farm dinners, one more in July and one in August. So definitely check that out.
It all sounds great. Talk about other things going on. But I mean, I could talk about food all day, but talk about some other stuff that you got going on at Gritt's Farms.
For sure. So we are also hiring our fall 2025 festival team. Gritt's Fun Farm starts in the middle of September through the end of October, and we're hiring team members to help us do a little bit of everything, whether it's front of house, back of house, food, admissions. But we're also really excited about a new position that we're offering this fall, and that is our fall marketing and operations internship. We've never launched this before, so it's a great opportunity for anyone looking to get that really great hands-on experience in marketing, events, hospitality, agritourism, and we are currently accepting applications for those who might either be a college student or recent graduate who's looking to get a little bit of experience in a really great hands-on way. Applications are live at gritsfarm.com as well.
All right. Again, we're talking to Alexandria Pfost about the things going on over at Gritt's Farm. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. Poor indoor air quality can cause a bunch of health issues, allergies, respiratory problems, etc. Pinnacle offers specialized indoor air quality services for residential, commercial, and industrial type settings. Visit pinnaclecorp.net, because what you don't know can hurt you. Speaking of things that people don't know, and I told you the last time that I had you on the show, I think that Gritt's Farm is such a big deal. And it's a big deal for this area as well. But, I mean, in the fall, the kids take school trips from literally all over the state of West Virginia. You literally get visitors from every state in the union and foreign countries. But those around here, sometimes we don't know about the things that we have to offer in our own backyard. What would you say to people in this area, Alexandra, that have never made the trip to Gritt's Farm?
Oh, that's so true, Dave. You definitely have to visit Gritt's Farm. We've opened a new location this spring. We are not only located in Buffalo at the farm right now, we've also got our location at Capitol Market downtown where we've been for years, but we just opened at the brand new South Charleston Farmers Market, and we've also got a mobile produce stand opening today on West Virginia Day at the Gateway Plaza Shopping Center parking lot. That's an annual spot we've been for the last several years. And we just encourage you guys to come out and check out the local West Virginia produce that either we grow or fellow West Virginia farmers grow as we move into the summertime. It's just a really great way to support local businesses, but also get really good food.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and put a plug in for the South Charleston Farmers Market. I had never been until a couple of weeks ago, and my wife and I have gone the last 2 Saturdays in a row, and chances are we're going to end up there tomorrow as well. You know, it's fantastic there. I mean, and by the way, cheap plug for our sister station 98.7 A Mountain. We're going to be broadcasting live from there tomorrow with the folks at SecureNet. Steve Animal will be live there tomorrow. So it'd be a great opportunity for you to stop by and learn about SecureNet, but also would be a great opportunity for you to see what they've got there at the farmers market, because it is truly a showpiece for South Charleston and for the Kanawha Valley.
Yeah, it's great, Dave. We're so happy and grateful to be there. It's been great for the community, and we look forward to seeing it grow and seeing more people come out and shop.
I want to ask you this, and then I'll let you go because I know you're very busy, and I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but it is West Virginia Day, and what? Now, I'm not going to give you a quiz or anything like that, I promise. Although, knowing you, I think you could probably ace that anyway, but I'm not going to do that. But you're a younger person, okay? You've chosen to make, the early part of your life, at least here in West Virginia. What is it that you like about West Virginia so much?
I love the people in West Virginia, and I know that you probably get that answer a lot, but it's true. Everybody's so friendly, and especially being out at Gritt's Farm, yes, we operate in different locations downtown, but my office is primarily in Buffalo. And being up here, you have to travel 10 minutes up a mountain to get here. There's something just so special about it. It really does have its own type of magic. And just seeing it, you would never expect it to be here, and something so great and wonderful that a family has produced and put together almost over the last 100 years. It's just a really special thing to be part of.
All right. Didn't mean to put you on the spot there, but anytime that I talk to anytime I talk to a relatively younger person, we don't have enough of you here in West Virginia. And I like to be able to, say, okay, well, you're a younger person. You're choosing to make your life here. Other young people should do it as well. Let's get back to the ticket information for the Farm to Table, the next one you got coming up.
Yes, sir. That is available at gritsfarm.com. We've got tables on sale for the upcoming farm dinner next Saturday in June. And then we also have tickets on sale for the Low Country Boil on July 12th. So be sure and check it out.
All right. We'll talk to you here in a couple of weeks. I appreciate you being here. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Alexandria Pfost, again, with the folks over at Gritt's Farm. Again, not only there in Buffalo, in that area of Putnam County, but also, as they said, they've got their place at Capitol Market. They got their place at the South Charleston Farmers Market, and they are expanding day. It's one of the true gifts that West Virginia has. One of the great things we have going for us is Gritt Farms, because, man, I tell you, there's a lot of people that like to visit. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Vitaylor, text 304-935-5008. Jim Strawn coming up a little bit later on. Also, Steve Animal will be stopping by as well. I do want to throw this out here. We got a new promotion that we just kicked off earlier this week. It's all of our stations. Of course, WCHS, V100, Superstar Country, KWS, 95.3 KAZ, Charleston's ESPN Radio, The Mountain, The Beat. We're all taking part in this. It's the first ever Trojan Landing Marine and Power Sports Ride and Riches game. We got your chance to win a new 2025 Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. And plus, just because we're nice people and the folks at Trojan Landing are good people, we're going to throw in $1,000 in cash as well. Now, listen daily to any of our stations. You can go to any of the station websites. We got information available on social media, and then we're going to give it away at a live event at Trojan Landing on Saturday, August the 9th. And if you're a finalist, we'll call you and we'll tell you got to be there, because you do have to be present to win. And this is one of those station events that we do 3 or 4 times a year that we have all of our stations out there. So again, you can go to any of the station websites and get yourself registered to get more information, also on social media as well. Plus, we got about 20 places that you can register in person. Those include Charleston Cut Flowers, Biggly Piggly Wiggly, and Running Boards and more. That's just a couple of the places that you can get yourself registered. We're excited about this. It's something new. We've never really done this, but the folks at Trojan Landing have been great to deal with on this. And again, we're going to give away a brand new 2025 Royal Enfield Himalayan 450, and we're going to throw in $1,000 in cash as well. Go to any of those businesses that I mentioned. I said there's about 20, and if you go to any of our stations' websites, you can get more information about that. We are certainly looking forward to it. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is presented in part by Generations Physical Therapy. 9 practices, all offering extended hours, so access to physical therapy has never been easier. To get your appointment, 304-760-5660 or visit generationspt.com. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Van Taylor text 304-935-5008. Text says, Happy West Virginia Day. Don't forget to set out some pepperoni rolls and Mountain Dew for the Mothman. Indeed. And I'm going to say this about West Virginia. All right. And I'll talk about this with our other guests that are coming in as well. We have our issues in West Virginia. We all know what the issues are. I absolutely love it here. I mean, like a lot of you, I've had plenty of opportunities to go to other states. I choose to be here. I was out of the state. Well, I actually lived in West Virginia, but worked across the river at a radio station in Ohio for a short time out of college. And I enjoyed that. But I love Mountain Mama, man. I love West Virginia. I love it. And we were asked, Marcia Kovalik from our news team sent out an email to all of us a little bit earlier around our different stations around the state and asked us to talk about why we liked West Virginia. And she was going to compile them all, I guess, and do them on her. She does a show similar to this one, but it's up in Martinsburg. And I said one of the things I like about this state is I love it's cliche to say to people, but like Alexandra said, but I really, really do love the people of West Virginia. I love the food. And I like the diversity. And when you say diverse, people roll their eyes at you sometimes. But what I mean by that is you couldn't be any more different than what Martinsburg is to what Mingo County is, to what Wheeling is, to what Princeton is. Even the differences between Morgantown and Charleston. I mean, I love it. I love West Virginia. Sorry, I'm a geek. I'm a geek for Mountain Mama. We'll take a break. Speaking of geeks, Steve Animal is going to stop by the studio. We are launching Animal Ale tonight over at 5th Street. He's going to join us to talk about that. Plus, Jim Strawn is here as well. We're back after this on The Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses bring first-class businesses to your community.
Earn more with 4 at the best community bank in the Kanawha Valley, Poca Valley Bank. Poca Valley Bank is now offering a certificate of deposit special, 10-month APY, annual percentage yield 4%. Take advantage of this great rate to grow your savings. For more information, stop by one of the 8 Poca Valley Bank locations today. Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter.
Certain terms and conditions apply. Rates based on minimum annual percentage yield, subject to change without notice. Minimum deposit required of $10,000 of new money not currently on deposit with Poca Valley Bank to receive APY. Member FDIC.
Warmer weather only means one thing at Walker Chevrolet and Nitro: springtime savings. And there's no better time to pick out your new ride and get the deal that you've been dreaming about than right now. Gene and Ryan have packed the lot in Nitro with both new and pre-owned inventory to make sure that they have the perfect vehicle ready for those warmer weather adventures. And you know that you're going to get the best deal possible at Walker because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. Now, there are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals. And don't don't forget, Walker Chevrolet is still buying cars, too. Yeah, that's right. All makes and models are welcome at Walker, and they're going to give you top dollar for it, even if you plan to buy somewhere else. Look, winter lasted long enough this year. It's time to get out there and enjoy everything that West Virginia has to offer. Walker has the perfect vehicle at the right price to help you get there. Walker Chevrolet, in the shadow of the Interstate Bridge, just off the Nitro exit of I-64. Walker Chevrolet, making friends one deal at a time.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
That's a great way to kick off the weekend. Little Van Halen. Not Van Hagar. Van Halen. It's the Dave Allen Show. 580 Live, the voice of Charleston, WCHS, Biggly Piggly Wiggly Hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text, 304-935-500, which Steve Animal's going to run down to the studio here in a little bit because we are going to talk about Animal Ale. The man has his own beer, and we're going to launch it tonight over at Fife Street, starting about 6 o'clock. Of course, everybody's invited to attend. Jim Strawn is
you've
right
made it, Dave, right? You've made it in life. Animal Ale?
Animal Ale. And I
what
did.
The ale was?
I did have a sandwich named after me.
Okay,
at a place that's no longer in business. But
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I had a sandwich named after me. It was the Dave Allen Special. And it was at Fat Jack's Barbecue in Logan, and it was grilled steak with almost like a Philly, except it had jalapenos on it. And that was the Dave Allen Special.
So we feel bad, too, together, because Gonzo Burger had a Big Jimmy and a Little Jimmy named after me.
I remember that.
Now we have no Gonzo Burger.
And
so,
what was on the sandwich, on the burger?
Well, Frankie said, Jimmy, what's your favorite burger? I said, well, maybe you don't know, but I eat like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
So put a little bacon on it, maybe some cheese and some ketchup. He said, well, that's the Big Jimmy right there. It is.
There you go. See, here's where I am on burgers. All right. And I promise we're not going to make this all about food. Here's where I am on burgers. I love a good burger, and I like it. You can put whatever on it. I just don't want a ton of toppings because I think it takes away from the
meat.
flavor.
Yeah.
Give me some cheese.
Yeah, cheese.
Give me some bacon.
Yep.
Give me some mayo. And maybe a little onion, and that's it. And I'm good after that because I want to be able to taste the burger.
And they were delicious.
All right.
Anyway, I am here.
You are here.
This is a pretty neat event.
All right.
No levy tonight. I'll be down at Rolls on the River after I'm over at the Animal Ale thing. But next Thursday and Friday, Dave, at the Benny Keatum Temple, right there beside the Convention Center. It's the second annual. We had the inaugural year last year. It's the Donna L. Skeen Senior Expo. And it's put together by our friends at Loved Ones. It's a real nice opportunity for seniors and people our age and 40s and 50s taking care of our loved ones to maybe come and get some engaging information. We're going to have some health assessments for the seniors. We're going to bus people in there. We're going to have some educational lunch and learns. We're going to have a caregiver appreciation night. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday the 26th. It'll go to about 7 that evening, and then the next day, like 10 to 4. But I think it's just a really neat opportunity. It's free to come in. There's going to be a nominal fee for the blood work. And we were able to secure our good friends at Boone Memorial Health, Boone Memorial Hospital. They've been great. They're going to come in, and they're going to provide a nice lab work or blood work package for you where they're going to assess your CBC, your comprehensive lipid, your thyroid, your hemoglobin A1C, testosterone, prostate cancer. They're going to do that entire package of blood work for you for only $17. So, and it's for all people to come. It's an opportunity to come down and get some blood work. I'll be getting mine done. We're going to have entertainment most of the day. Our good friend, AAA Entertainment, JK the DJ. We're going to have a caregivers appreciation night, Dave, on Thursday from 5 to 7. And so if you're listening to this and you're a caregiver of a loved one, or you work at a nursing home, you work at assisting, or you work for an agency where you go into homes and take care of our aging population, we want to honor you with a Caregivers Appreciation Night, 5 to 7. Just let us know that you're going to come. We'll have a little swag for you, maybe a little certificate. We'll acknowledge you. And then we're going to have a little special entertainment. Lee Dean sings. He's going to be there as Frank Sinatra, and he's even bringing Marilyn Monroe with him. So that is always kind of neat on the stage there at Benny Keatum. Again, if you'd like more information, the Donna Skeen Senior Expo.com, Donna Skeen Senior Expo.com. A really neat thing that Link is doing, our good friend Jeb Corey, he's offering a shuttle, and we're going to many of the senior high-rise facilities throughout the Kanawha Valley. So we're busing folks in, we're shuttling folks in. There's going to be about 30 vendors there with, again, engaging, interactive information and maybe some health assessments, not just the blood work, but there'll be folks there with, blood pressures and maybe some different assessments. It's just going to be a pretty special opportunity for us as caregivers and for us as seniors. I'm right in the mix of both of this demographic, Dave. So it's just a really neat opportunity to come.
Who was Donna
and
Skeen,
learn.
for people who didn't know Donna Skeen?
Donna Skeen, years ago, she was just one of those ladies who wanted to offer her friends and her neighbors the opportunity to be respectful and stay at home as they aged.
Mm-hmm.
And so she started a company called Loved Ones, probably 25, 30 years ago. And it came from her mother. Jenna Skeen is now the CEO of Loved Ones, Donna's daughter. And Jenna speaks so passionately in honor of Donna, her mom, about how she just wanted to take care of her grandmother, and then it became friends and neighbors. And West Virginia, as one of the oldest populations in the state, and we're very proud, and you just got done saying how proud you are of being from West Virginia, and we also are so proud we want to stay in our home. We want to stay in our house. Mm-hmm. And so Donna made sure that the folks had the opportunity to do that, and she passed in 2008. Jenna started this event last year called the Donna L. Skeen Senior Expo in her mother's name. And so we just honor her. The logo is kind of a caricature, a sketch of her mom, Donna. She's this whole Senior Expo, the tagline is compassion in action, and that's what Donna L. Skeen was. Local gal, doing well, and Loved Ones is happy to bring this to you. But we couldn't do it without our good friends at Boone Memorial Hospital. Also, United Healthcare stepped up. Putnam Aging, down your way. Allied Nursing, our good friends at Mountain State. I mentioned Linked, and our friends at WWK, kind of our TV sponsor. And I appreciate the opportunity with you guys to come in here and let us talk about this for a minute. Again, Donna Skeen Senior Expo.com. It's a free admission. There's a nominal fee for the blood work, but what a great deal for $17. Fasting for best results. The event starts at 10 o'clock a.m. on Thursday and 10 o'clock a.m. on Friday. That's June 26th and the 27th over at the Benny Keatum Temple, our good friends there at 100 Courier Street in Charleston by the Convention Center. Dave, I'm appreciative of the time. One more thing before I leave. Yeah. The Lunch and Learns, one on Thursday, June the 26th. This is free to come. Our good friend J.T. Hunter with REMT. He's a certified dementia practitioner. He's going to be doing a seminar called Learning to Swim in the Lake of Caregiving. He is fantabulous. I love him. He'll do that from noon to 1. We'll have a box lunch for everybody that attends. Again, just free to come in and enjoy JT's presentation. Then on Friday, the presentation for Lunch and Learn is going to be our good friend Tabitha Justice. She's with Just Us Retirement Solutions. She's going to be doing a seminar on planning ahead for your needs for later in life. So lots of neat things, lots of good education. Learn more at the website. You can always call me for more information. I'm proud to be on the committee putting this together. 304-541-4756. Dave, thank you. We got somebody right here to my right.
Hold on. Yeah, I got a question.
You got a question
for
me?
But I need to do this first. So Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Husson's Pizza. This month, get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and a whole 10-inch sub, $23.99. Find your closest Husson's for delivery, pickup, or dine-in by going to HussonsPizza.com. Text to the show said, will mammograms be available at the event?
There'll be mammogram information there. We're not doing actual assessments or physical mammograms.
But there's information that you point people in the right direction.
There's going to be some great information there. It's a very interactive, informational event. Come down 10 to 7 really on that Thursday, and then 10 to 4 on Friday. But that's a great question, and I'm glad we have that answered for you.
All right. Older adults should protect themselves against severe respiratory disease. Talk to your doctor about flu, COVID-19, and RSV vaccines. Risk less, do more. Get started. Vaccines.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. All right, Jim, before I let you go, this guy,
I know,
over
right to my right here. We were just talking about
the
it.
iconic Steve Animal walks in. Hold on. He walks into the studio with a sandwich and a soda in our brand new studio.
Yeah.
Define the rule against food in the studio. I have coffee, which we have to put over to the side.
He's big time.
He comes in here.
He's big time.
Like,
Well, it's got an ale named
comes
after
in here
it.
like like Jared from Sub. Okay, that's not a good example.
Yeah.
But he comes in. But he comes in with a sandwich.
And that
here.
soda pop bottle, it might look like soda, but I have a feeling it's animal
It
ale.
might be animal ale.
And look what Jody did. She
for crying
gave me
out
a
loud.
Little, cartoon
Jody,
of my
she's drawing on your sandwich
I
bag.
know.
You have a
It's
great
pretty
wife.
awesome.
How did you scored pretty high on that? For someone of your caliber to score that high, I'm astounded quite often all the time.
I mean, she stalked me at
I
my live
remember the story.
broadcast at Mulligan's.
That's a
back in
true
the day.
story.
That is a true story.
She
I know
actually-
the story.
yeah, she actually
I was
stalked
stalking him too, but she just had more guts than I did.
Yeah, and what she did, Jody has Jody has an identical twin sister.
Right.
Okay, and so they took shifts in stalking him, from what I understand, because he's like, how is this woman out?
I know. I know. I said something to him the other
day.
day about their birthday coming up, and we're going to try to make their birthday. I said, "How did you even?" I said, "I can hardly tell them apart." He said, "No, good for me. I couldn't either." I love him.
All right, Animal.
I'm out, Dave. Thanks,
all right,
buddy.
All right.
Jimmy, always a pleasure. Love you, brother.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
So tonight
awesome.
we're going to be over at Fife Street, and we are going
We
to
are.
launch Animal Ale, your own beer.
I know, dear Lord.
So how did this whole thing come about?
Well, the end of the world is coming, obviously. We're just in talk. Sean Meyer and Derek Godwin, good friends from at Fife, and of course me being here with Sean and hanging down at Fife. It just kind of snowballed. We were spitballing about 6-9 months ago about doing something a little different, a little rock and rollish, and so here we are months later. And it is the Animal Ale launch on West Virginia Day. Very grateful, very humbled, and surprised that we have something this cool going on. So it's amazing.
mean, you've been in radio since what? You and Marconi, I think, roomed together at broadcasting school, right? So was it always your dream to have your own beer named after you?
I mean, I've drank quite a bit of beer.
You?
I know, shocker. But, yeah, who would have guessed? I mean, this is amazing, and it's so much fun to do it here, bringing the radio station, classic rock, winning who would have thought we'd win the West Virginia Broadcasters Association Rock Station of the Year, and then to have
and
this,
only our second year.
Yes. Not even quite 2
Yeah.
years yet.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty cool.
But I mean, we're always about just having a good time, helping people, and having some fun. And what a great day to do it! West Virginia Day happening, and it's going to start at 6:00 this evening at Fife Street and Summer Street, 130 Summer Street. And I am so looking forward to this. East Coast actually printing up some very cool East Coast tees, doing a limited edition pressing of the Animal Ale shirt. We'll have stickers and some other.
So how's it going to work if people? I mean, they can only get it there, right? You can't, it's not going to be available not yet in your local stores, but it'll only be available, and it's only at Fife Street. That's the only place that you can get it. So people come in tonight. They can. Are you buying everybody's beer? Or
I mean, I've got your charge card.
Of course you do. Of course you do. I don't talk about you and my wife. All right. So you, I mean, people can just sample the beer tonight. And what's the beer like?
So I actually was involved in part of the whole process.
Of course you were.
Of course I need another sample over here.
And after a while it became, and here's another sample.
You look beautiful.
Yeah,
but
you look beautiful, Steve. But go ahead.
But I wanted a light beer taste, but not necessarily a light beer, and I definitely did not want a heavy, a beer you need to eat with a spoon or a fork. So I just wanted something that had a nice color, kind of a golden amber to it, and I
actually have a picture. I haven't posted it on the Mountain Facebook page, but I will. I have a picture that I'll put up on the Mountain Facebook. You can actually see what the beer looks like.
Yeah,
and
it's phenomenally awesome. So Derek, John, and the rest of the crew, the brewers over at Fife, did a awesome job. Looking forward to the party this evening that starts, like I said, at 6.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll go on till whoever knows. So,
I mean, and we got Rolls on the River going on tonight in Charleston. There's so many things going on. Of course, we're all going to be down at Foam at the Dome tomorrow. I'm going to be at the ballpark tomorrow night because the Dirty Birds are out. They're on the road. But there's actually a wrestling show, and my childhood buddy, adorable Danny Ray, is being inducted into the RSW Hall of Fame, and they've asked me to do the speech. So after I'm at Foam at the Dome, I'm going to be heading over there. Hang out with me. I got to take a break here. Hang out with me just one second. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Bridge Valley, offering custom-tailored trainings to supply skilled graduates and apprenticeships for your company. Visit bridgevalley.edu. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses want to thank you for shopping locally.
Hi, I'm Chris Waddell, Principal and Office Lead for Martinsburg for CEC. After serving in the military, I found my home in Martinsburg. Traveling across the states, I've always wanted to serve my community. At CEC, I get to do just that. Our core values, clients first, and we own it, resonate with my mission-driven background. We solve problems by listening and collaborating, and as an employee-owned firm, we take pride in every project that we do. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
It's time to hit the highway for some wind therapy without worrying about that mountain of bills. 580 WCHS and Trojan Landing Marine and Power Sports want to get your motor running this summer with a wild and wonderful Ride and Riches. It's all revved up by Captain Holstein's Family Entertainment Center, Clearwater Solutions, Shuckers, the Charleston Dirty Birds, and Trojan Landing Marine and Power Sports. Make this the coolest summer ever with Ride and Riches. There's more now at WCHSnetwork.com.
Foundation issues? Wet basement? Drainage problems? Contact Foster Foundation Repair. Locally owned and operated by a licensed professional engineer, Foster Foundation Repair provides rock-solid service with certified results. Contact us today for a free evaluation. Foster Foundation Repair. Rock-solid service. Certified results.
FosterFoundationRepair.com.
West Virginia Contractor License WV061105.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live brought to you in part by Live Healthy, West Virginia, presented by WVU Medicine. It's a great podcast promoting healthier lifestyles in the state. Check out the latest episodes, WVMetroNews.com. Under the podcast menu, start your journey towards better health today. Speaking of healthier lifestyles, we're talking about beer with Animal
pork chop in every bottle.
Animal Ale, which launches tonight over at 5th Street. Text says, Steve seems more like a Cosmo drinker.
Cosmo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're buying, I'm drinking.
Yeah. That came from Rob Rio, by the way. I just thought I'd throw that out there. All right. So 6 o'clock tonight, that's when we start this thing. I'm going to ask you a quick, and then we'll see everybody over there. Then you are live at the Farmers Market in South Charleston with SecureNet tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow from 11 to 1.
And then we're at Foam at the Dome.
Yes,
I'll be there for that. And then I'll be at the ballpark tomorrow night. I want to ask you this, though, before I let you go. Nothing to do with the beer or whatever. You're not a West Virginia guy. It is West Virginia Day. You came here years ago.
I was transplanted.
On the run from the police. You came here years ago, and you chose to make West Virginia your home. Why? You've got, $1 million talent with a 10-cent brain, to quote the great Kid Rock.
Thank you.
So you could be working, in all seriousness, you've worked in like Connecticut, you've worked in
Detroit, Boston,
in all
Providence,
these places.
Yes.
Why? Why do you stay here?
Like the first year, I thought, all right, this is a great stop. I'll hit the road after a year. Want to make sure I, make at least a year somewhere without getting fired again. But after the first year, just found the people were genuinely nice. I mean, they were nice people. There's nice people here. There really are. And even like looking at other parts of the country, like cost of living was starting to go crazy. It's just like, but it's nice here. It's like things are normal. My mom refers to St. Albans as Mayberry. It's like, it's like, no, this
Does that
is
mean
so
Scott
cute.
James is Mayor Pike?
I guess so. But yeah, I mean, it's a easy city to manage. It has, like, when I was in Providence, it reminded me, like, Providence was a easy city to manage, even though it's still a large city at the time, but like coming here, it was like a mini Providence. It's like, oh, this place is cool. It's manageable. You can go out to the suburbs and get away from the city if you want, and then you have all the whitewater rafting and all the other cool stuff that the state has to offer. So it just. The
reason I ask you that is because I'm always interested, and we had from Gritt's Farm earlier on the show, Alexandria Pfost, and a young person who is chosen to live here, and you, an old person, have chosen to stay here, and I like that, and that's why. And how long have you been here?
35, going on 36 years, and I met my wife at Mulligan's.
And, we discussed that stalking story earlier.
Hey, I'm a victim.
That's why I wanted to bring you in to just ask that. Because we need more stories like that.
Yeah, what a great place! Easy access to get around and go do stuff. We're about 3.5 hours. You've got DC 6 away. You got Pittsburgh,
Columbus,
3,
Charlotte.
Cincinnati. It's pretty awesome.
Amandaville.
Yeah.
All the big towns.
Yeah, rocking and rolling.
Pinch.
Yes, we'll see you tonight down at Fife Street for Animal Ale, the release. Looking forward to it. Thank you for having me here this morning.
All right, man. We'll see you there.
Rock on.
Get out of get your sandwich out of my studio.
Eat my sandwich.
Please.
Can't eat in peace here.
Yeah. The funny thing about it is I thought that's probably my sandwich because I have a sandwich and it's in there. And when as soon as you came down here and I said, he's taking my sandwich out of my refrigerator.
Empty bag on your desk.
All right. Yeah, we got enough things crawling up there right now. All right. I appreciate you being here, buddy. Thanks. We'll see you tonight over at Fife Street. Okay. All right. 6 o'clock tonight. That's where the action is going to be tonight. Foam at the Dome tomorrow. And then I, again, will be over at the ballpark. By the way, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. Again, they're out on the road against Hagerstown. And then they have a series at Lexington. They're back, though, at Gomart Ballpark next Friday. Tickets, promotion, schedules, merch, and more. Visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com. Big wrestling event going on there tomorrow. I don't do a lot of wrestling shows anymore, but I'm going to make an exception for this one because Real Shoot Wrestling has invited me to do the induction speech for my man, adorable Danny Ray, who is going to be inducted into the Real Shoot Wrestling Hall of Fame. Man, I'm going to be there probably pretty sweaty after being at Foam at the Dome all day tomorrow. DJ Meadows, who does not sweat, is in studio with us right now.
What's up?
Happy West Virginia Day.
Happy West Virginia Day.
What is it that you like about West Virginia? You're a West Virginia boy. You're a Southern West Virginia boy like I am. But again, you've lived in other places. But you're here. Why?
I was born here. I was raised here. I've been fortunate enough to work in many different cities across this country, and I've been fortunate to travel the world. And while it's nice to see other things, it's nice to be other places, understand how other people live, I have never felt at ease the way I do here. Maybe that's because of family, but it's extended family too. I grew up in a small neighborhood, population town of about 1,000 people called Sylvester, West Virginia in Boone County. Everybody knew everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew where everybody's hide key was. People watched out for everybody.
Yeah.
It was a great place to grow up and feel like you belonged. And that doesn't happen everywhere else.
And now you reside in Taze Valley where, as you called me, I am the mayor.
You are the mayor. Yeah, and I'm one of your loyal subjects.
Yes. Sergeant at Arms or something
that
like that.
No Kings rally had nothing to do with your leadership in Taze Valley, by the way. We're all about you.
What's on the show today?
So coming up, we're going to talk to the Ohio County Sheriff at 10:06. They're using deputies from other areas to give first responders a break, which is great. One of the reasons they have to do this, unfortunately, is we're starting to see some examples and hearing rumblings of looting.
Spent the whole show talking about how great West Virginia is, and you're going to shoot it all to crap coming up next hour.
Maybe they're looters from other places.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. We'll go with that.
It's happening in West Virginia. Chris Steyerwald at 11:06. 11:33 is steam release. 10:33. Back up a bit. Chris Lawrence is going to be in the studio. He's had some awesome stories this week. Very touching, great coverage from what has happened in Ohio County and elsewhere. We'll talk to him as well.
All right, we'll see you at 10:06. I'll be back later today with Metro News Midday. No Amanda, she's on vacation. I will see you then. Till then, have fun and love somebody. Happy West Virginia Day.